Welcome to this series of interviews with members of the Caritas Consort. Today, we're going to be speaking to Lorna Price, but before we talk to Lorna, she's going to sing for us Vivaldi's Stabat Mater, the first movement. Well, Lorna, very good to see you today, and thank you very much for that recording. Tell us a little bit why you chose that piece.
Well, I know Stabat Mater as a piece quite well. So I sang Pergolesi's Stabat Mater as a chorister, and I've just started singing in a church in North London on a Sunday morning, just before lockdown. And so I was asked to find some repertoire that would suit Lent quite well. And because I knew Stabat Mater, I kind of wanted to find another one so that I would have quite a lot of choice for Lenten repertoire. And Vivaldi seemed like quite a good choice because it's for solo voice.
Absolutely, and how great that you managed to do that just before the lockdown began. And interesting to me that you've chosen a piece for alto, often sung in fact by countertenors, and yet you've perhaps sung more soprano than alto in your career. So tell us a little bit about this soprano-alto combination.
Yeah, it's a funny old thing. I started life as a soprano, well, as a treble, because I was a chorister at Llandaff Cathedral. But when I moved to university, I started doing quite a lot of early music, quite a lot of sort of 5-part pieces. And I tended to gravitate towards either the second soprano part or the mean part, so more of an alto line. And this piece, although it's kind of a piece for altos, it doesn't actually sink too low. I think the lowest note is possibly a C or a B. So it's not too much of a stretch, but I'm still quite young and my voice is still changing. So it'll be interesting to see where it ends up settling in a couple of years.
Absolutely. In fact, you're being a little bit self-effacing because it does actually touch a low G at one point.
But does
it? You mentioned there, Lorna, that you'd been a chorister at Llandaff. Tell us just a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we moved down from Manchester when I was 9. And I auditioned to sing in the choir at Llandaff. So the director then was John York Skinner, but I think he was unwell. So actually it was you, Lindsay, who took my audition at the time. And I didn't really have much singing experience, so I was sort of thrown in at the deep end. And I remember being really nervous when I started being sat amongst all of the sort of 15 and 16-year-old girls with quite big voices. I mean, at the start, I didn't really even sing very much, but my confidence grew, and then I stayed in the choir till I was 15, and then I joined the back row in sixth form.
Yes, I remember you coming in there in the early stages at the cathedral school and meeting you and your very musical family as well. Let's go on to your time after school, and you went to be a choral scholar at Cambridge. Tell us a little bit about that and your studies there.
Yeah, so I sang at Gonville Keys College, where I also studied French and German. And I found that being a choral scholar actually really helped my linguistic studies. So the director of music there, Geoffrey Weber, was a specialist in North German Baroque, and that ended up being my focus of research. So yeah, being at university opened my eyes to sort of lesser known areas of music study. I mean, in Keys Choir we did quite a lot of wacky recordings. My first year was a set of new compositions for ancient brass, and then we did a CD by Julian Anderson, just choral works by him in my second year.
Obviously that was a great experience and interesting. We have other modern linguists in Caritas as well, Billy Harpin, who interviewed recently, also French and German. So it's really, really good to see that range of study. And so how about life now? Tell us about what you're doing at the moment.
So I think it would probably be called a portfolio career. I started working at the Goethe Institute in London, which is the German Language Institute, and I'm there 3 days a week in the educational links department. So we're working on quite a few tech projects at the moment, including a virtual reality game. And then the rest of the time, I'm usually, when we're not in lockdown, singing or translating. And I was looking forward to a couple of projects this summer, including a new opera by Tom Smale, but unfortunately that's had to be postponed.
But clearly still a good blend of music and modern languages, which I suspect is going to be a key theme throughout your life. You've sung occasionally in Caritas, Lorna. We haven't been able to involve you as much as we would like because you've often been away from the area. But just give us a word of Caritas as a choir.
Yeah, so I think I started singing with Caritas when I was in sixth form. And then I remember coming back halfway during my year abroad, and that coincided with a Caritas concert. And then again last Christmas when I was in Cardiff, I was around and able to dip in for a couple of gigs. But it's quite interesting because I think I've almost sung as much alto for Caritas as I have soprano, which has been really nice, and it's been good to be able to develop my sight reading skills. But it's a lovely choir, really friendly. I really enjoy the social side of it. And there are lots of people who I sang with in youth choir who've come and studied in Cardiff and then have gone on to sing at Caritas, and it's been amazing to see how their voices have developed over the years as I kind of come back and dip in and out of it.
Tremendous. Well, you talk about dipping in and out of it, but it's always very good to see you with us. Many thanks for joining us today, Lorna. Very, very good luck in your career ahead, and we hope to see you again very soon. Thank you.